afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Kayode Adebayo. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, has said the recent nationwide End Bad Governance protest forced the federal government to listen to Nigerians' yearnings. The minister spoke at the Nigeria Economic Summit Group National Economic Dialogue on Nigeria's Economic Future, 25 Years of Democracy and Beyond. Senator Bagudu, who blamed the country's current struggles on past administrations, said, despite past mistakes, President Bola Tinubu has refused to play the blame game. While noting that efforts were in progress to improve the country's fortunes, he said government has taken the message on the need to do more and better. He said President Bola Tinubu has been very reluctant to reflect on the past and blame anybody, adding that the net effect is that despite efforts by previous administrations, especially in the last 25 years, the country is not where it should be. The prolonged petrol scarcity has worsened in Lagos, Ogun, and other states as independent marketers have started lifting the product from private depot at 780 naira per litre from 595 naira per litre, indicating an increase of 31%. The marketers believe the hike in price reflects the current demand and supply of the product in domestic markets. Public Relations Officer of IPMA, Chief Chinedu Ukadike, who confirmed this in an interview with newsmen, also expressed optimism that the bad situation could improve in the coming days. Chief Ukadike noted that more trucks have left the depot in the past few days, adding that though independent marketers are still sourcing the product at a higher rate. According to him, NNPC has started releasing products to independent marketers, noting that the queues being experienced now are ghost queues which appear in the morning and disappear in the afternoon or evening. Petrol distribution challenges, which have gone on for about 6 weeks, have led to long queues at filling stations across the country, with several marketers jacking up their pump prices. The Federal Ministry of Education said the federal government is working to avert another strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Consequently, the Minister of Education, Professor Taid Mama, has invited ASU for a meeting to deliberate on the lingering issues affecting universities and to avert the planned strike. At the National Executive Council meeting held at the University of Ibadan, ASU has given the federal government a 21-day ultimatum to meet its outstanding demands of lecturers, or lecturers will go on strike. Further speaking at a press briefing at the Michael Opara University of Agriculture, Umudike, Abia State, ASU President Professor Emmanuel Osodeke insisted that lecturers will be forced to embark on another strike except the federal government meets their demand before the expiration of the 21-day ultimatum. Osodeke, who spoke on the outcome of the meeting, said the agreement reached with the federal government had not been implemented. However, he said the union was more interested in the dialogue while shoving off ethnic suspicion, religious bigotry, plutocratic tendencies, and other practices that are inimical to the peaceful coexistence and collective happiness as a people of one nation. The president of the Trade Union Congress, Festus Usifu, has said that there is an attempt by the federal government to muscle the Nigeria Labour Congress. Usifu, who is also the president of Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, stated this while answering questions on the invitation of the Nigeria Labour Congress President Joe Ajaero by the police over allegations bordering on terrorism financing and others. The invitation has raised some dust, with the union threatening to shut down the country if its leader is arrested. Usifu said the government should open up more on the allegations levied against Ajaero, adding that the way it is being perceived is that government is muscling the labor movement. He maintained that the NLC president is not representing himself but the Labour Congress, noting that the organized labor will continue to advocate and force the government to do what is right in order to move forward. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has released the sacked chairman of the National Art Commission of Nigeria, Jalal Arabi, and the Commission Secretary, Abdullahi Kontagora, on bail. Arabi and Kontagora were detained over alleged illegal withdrawal and the mismanagement of 90 billion naira 2024 Hajj Intervention Fund. They were, however, unable to meet their bail conditions and stayed in EFCC custody for 5 days. But speaking with newsmen, a source familiar with the matter stated that Arabi and Kotagora had met their bail conditions, adding that no further recovery had been made yet after the first 348,098 Saudi riyal. However, the AFCC spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, could not be reached as of the time of filing the report. While he did not pick up the call, it was learned that the EFCC investigation revealed that from the 90 billion naira Hajj subsidy, Arabi fraudulently overpaid himself and others the necessary operational costs, while the anti-graft agency said it had recovered 314,098 Saudi riyal from Arabi and others in the course of the ongoing probe. Now to sports. Captain of Rangers International Ugueze Chimeren and teammate Uwumiro Frank have assured the club's teaming fans and supporters of a better outing in the return leg of the 2024-25 CAF Championship League preliminary round encounter against USD Zilimajo of Comoros Island. Ugueze, in the chat ahead of the fixture slated for Godswill at Pabio International Stadium, Uyo, said that he and his teammates were in the best possible shape to do the nation proud and qualify for the next round of the competition. He said the team is not underrating the opponents as the focus has been shifted to the next level with determination to play a good game and win well for the teaming fans and supporters. Echoing the captain's optimism, Frank Uwumiro stated that he and his teammates were better prepared going into the second leg fixture. And now on the foreign scene, Zambia's Health Minister Elijah Muchima has raised an alarm that humans are at risk as 400 dogs have died over the past month in the country after eating contaminated maize. Mr. Muchima announced that approximately half of the 25 samples taken from milling companies were found to contain exceedingly high levels of aflatoxins, a poisonous substance produced by fungi. Maize is the staple food in Zambia, and Mr. Muchimi said the test results were of great concern due to the several health implications for the population. The World Health Organization says there is evidence aflatoxins can cause liver cancer in humans. Authorities launched an investigation into the nation's maize supply after reports indicate that dozens of dogs had died from aflatoxin poisoning. The Health Ministry has not reported any human deaths resulting from contaminated maize, but sources at the Zambia National Public Health Institute say they are currently trying to ascertain if the spoiled grains have had an impact on the general public. Still on the foreign scene, thousands of Indonesians have gathered to protest against their government's attempt to reverse a constitutional court ruling that will open up elections to their rivals from smaller parties. Demonstrators have gathered outside Parliament in the capital, Jakarta, as well as other major cities such as Padang, Bandung, and Yogyakarta. Indonesia's top court had ruled that parties will not need a minimum 20% of representation in their regional assemblies in order to field a candidate. However, within 24 hours, Parliament tabled an emergency motion to reverse these changes, and this has sparked widespread condemnation and fears of a constitutional crisis. The fast-tracked legislation, which will reverse parts of the court ruling, is to maintain the status quo, which favors parties in the ruling coalition of the outgoing president, Joko Widodo, and his successor, Prabowo Subianto. As a result, many local elections are expected to be uncontested affairs. It is believed that the Indonesian government is trying to find a way around the Constitutional Court's decision to uphold the current minimum age limit of 30 for candidates, which will ban Mr. Widodo's 29-year-old son, Kaesang Pangarep, from running in a regional contest in central Jakarta. And that ends the midday news on OSBC TV. It was edited by Adebare Ejimakinde. Please join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.